Today was a long day.
It was a long day.
We were active. We were very active today. We did
We did a lot.
the farmer's market. We did, what was after the farmer's market?
Cheesecake Factory.
Cheesecake Factory. And then went to Burlington Coat Factory. And then we did, I don't know, I keep saying we did. And then we went to,
Is that going to make it too long?
no, this is the YouTube. This is the YouTube.
Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
yeah. And then we also went to Ralph's. And now we need a little bit of a pick-me-up to, I guess, just sit on the couch. But no, we wanted to do this video. We wanted to talk about pretty much her labor process.
Yeah.
Right?
I mean, today's exactly, 2 weeks since baby boy has been with us. And yeah, just wanted to chat about labor and delivery because I know for me going into it, I had a lot of anxiety and like the fear of the unknown. And it was honestly a really good experience in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean,
Some parts
shit. I mean,
some parts were shitty,
yeah.
but that's to be expected. Like obviously it's labor and delivery, but
I had no idea what to expect. Besides waiting in the waiting room for 5-6 hours
that was the shitty part.
before we even went up to triage or whatever. After that, we went up to triage, and
A lot.
the second I get out of the elevator, I hear a girl screaming at the top of her lungs. I see a bunch of nurses and doctors running into her room, and I just start freaking out. Because again, I haven't dealt with this before, so I had no idea what to expect. I just hear stories, I see movies. So I'm already freaking out. And, excuse me. But after the triage, or after we got upstairs, went to triage for a couple hours, they said we might have the baby there. And I'm like, absolutely not. Like, we're like 2 feet away from other couples. And then we end up getting into our first room where they give her the epidural. Describe how that felt.
Well, they gave me the option. Obviously, you can get the epidural at any point. Well, not any point, but you know what I'm saying. But my water hadn't broken naturally, so they were gonna break my water. So I had the option to get my epidural either before or after. And basically they told me once that water's broken, like the contractions are gonna get really intense. So we decided to do epidural before it got really real. And I'm glad that I did because even with the epidural, I still felt when they went in there and like popped.
Because you only felt it on one side too.
Yes,
Like, at
so
one
that
point.
was another scary thing. The epidural was definitely stronger on my right than on my left. So my right side was pretty numb. Left side, not so much. I was feeling all of my contractions and it was intense.
She was in tears. I felt helpless.
I had the shakes. I was like, the whole
Shaking.
hospital bed was like, yeah.
Crazy.
It was
Crazy.
really bad. But then we called the anesthesiologist back and he upped my dose. And at that point, I was comfortable. I was still able to feel some of the pressure of the contractions, but it wasn't painful.
Yeah. So we're there from maybe 10 to 6 a.m. Nurses come in. They're like, all right, now you're 9.5 centimeters dilated. We're like, it's going down. And going into this, just like I said, I know what to expect, but I knew that I did not want to, look down there at what was going on.
It can be traumatic.
And B, I didn't even want to cut the umbilical cord, honestly. Like, I'm not good when it comes to all that gory stuff at all. She loves it, but not me. So once we get into the labor room, the doctor tells me like exactly what I'm going to be doing. And I was pretty much part of the whole thing. I held one leg.
You were my coach. You
Yeah,
coached me through the whole thing.
the other doctor held the other leg. I'm pushing her leg, 10, 9, just kind of just coaching her, motivating her. And the doctor, now we're probably like 30 minutes in, she's like, oh, I can see his hair. Do you want to look? And I'm like, no. She's like, just do it. I'm like, fine. And I did it. And it wasn't even that bad at all.
That's crazy.
Saw like a little bit of hair, not her hair, but like his hair. And it was cool. And then afterwards, the whole process took about 45 minutes. And then she was like, do you want to cut the umbilical cord? And I'm like, no. And she was like, come on, don't worry. Like, we'll make sure the scissors are sharp so you don't have to really dig into it. Because I didn't really realize how hard it is to cut. So
What
she
did
made
it feel like?
I don't know. I really don't know. Like, I don't know. Like I've never felt anything like that before.
It's so weird.
But yeah, and I cut it super easy again. I was just being a bitch before, yeah. So I was really excited that I was able to be a part of that more than I had anticipated. You know.
Yeah, I think it made it more special too,
Yeah.
because like you went in not expecting any
Yeah.
of that, and yet in the moment you just kind of went with it,
Yeah.
and it was cool because now like it's a good story.
Yeah.
It's a great story.
And the second he came out, like I was scared because is he gonna be ugly? Is he gonna be cute? But the second he came out, like yeah, he was adorable. And I know I'm just saying that because he's my baby, but like be real, like he was fucking adorable. He
is
came out with
really
none of that, like no
The
the
vernic.
gooey stuff. The
It's
vernic,
like that cheesy looking stuff.
no cheesy stuff on him. He came out like clean
It was
already. Weird, but maybe it's because like I don't know, her placenta like fucking
No.
went out on the floor everywhere.
Yeah, my placenta shot out. I guess
I did not look at that. That was not happening. Not happening.
I had heard of people that have that experience where their placenta literally just like
I heard it though, all over the floor.
did it.
Yeah. The doctor was like, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry. The nurse is gonna kill me for making a mess," because she didn't expect it.
Oh.
So
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I mean, I think at that point he was already on my chest.
Yeah,
So I
yeah.
didn't realize, but I mean, it was good for me because I didn't feel anything. I felt like maybe 2 seconds of pressure because she was pushing down on like my upper belly. And then I felt like a little like, ugh. And then I guess that's when it just like flew out, which is great
Gnarly.
because some people say that delivering the placenta is sometimes more uncomfortable than even delivering the baby. So I got lucky.
yeah. She
But
did.
other than that though, like
I mean, was it hard giving birth? Like, did you feel him come out at all? Like,
well, that's the thing. I think up until that moment, I don't know if you remember, I was still a little bit nervous because I could still feel pain. Like that's
yeah.
when my contractions, I was already like 10 centimeters dilated. So
it was before the doctors
contractions-
even came in. Like, she was like,
Yeah.
"I think he's like gonna come out
I
right
felt a
now."
lot of pressure and there was nobody in our room.
I was
and
like, "I don't know what to do."
I called the nurse and I was like, hey, I think I need to start pushing. And they were like, yeah, okay, your doctor's on her way, blah, blah, blah.
Doctor came in super chill, like, "Oh, it's normal, babe. Come on, we got this. Let's go. Let's give a baby, or let's have a baby."
Yes.
She's almost in tears, but
I think a lot of it was just like, I mean, it's scary.
I mean, you champed it out. Like she didn't even scream
No, I
at
did
all.
not.
So everything I heard originally, coming upstairs to triage, that girl screaming, that must have been something different. She must have had some
She
kind of
probably didn't have an epidural
an
either.
emergency or something. But
Yeah.
she didn't make one noise besides like that last little push. She was like, "Ah!"
I did not.
It was something like.
I saw the video.
I'll put the video up after this because we do have like a good 15-20 second little clip of her, that last push, that last final push, and
Yeah.
the doctor putting the baby on that. So I will add that. But yeah, she didn't make one noise. She champed it out.
Mm-hmm.
Not saying if you make noise like you're any less of a champ, but like
No.
yeah. But she did awesome. And then
I was proud of myself.
yeah, I was so proud of you too. And then but what? So that was labor, and then this is gonna be another video, but we're gonna go into what is called the episiotomy. Surprised I got that word right.
Yeah.
That shit is no joke.
That was, yeah.
I feel like that whole thing, seeing her go through that in recovery, was worse than the
Yeah.
entire pregnancy.
Absolutely.
So
Like,
again, that's gonna be another video though.
yeah.
But as far as labor, her experience, would you do it again?
Positive. I mean, I'm too soon.
Absolutely.
Because labor and delivery wasn't bad, and like we said, overall it was a great experience. And like truthfully, like for me, I think it was really important that like everyone in the room, it was just like very good, just mellow
Good
energy.
vibes.
Everyone was on the same page. Like between contractions, we were just like chatting it up, and it was
Yeah.
like we were out to lunch, and then oh my god, contraction, let's start pushing, and then we would go back to just like casual talking.
10, 9,
Yeah.
8. I was fucking good. I was proud of myself. I'm not even gonna lie. I really was.
Yeah.
I really was.
But it was a great experience, and I think that's the mindset that you put yourself in before you go into labor is everything. And obviously having a supportive partner.
Gotta have that
plays
support.
A huge role.
Gotta
Yeah.
have that support.
We were both in it together, teamwork, and it was great.
Fuck yeah.
It was great.
So yeah, stay tuned for the next video. Talk about the postpartum.
Which is totally different than labor and delivery. That was rough.
I went through it too. I got acne right now. It's crazy. But yeah, so good job, baby. I love you.
Love you.
Till we do it again.
I don't know.
Sorry, Bubba. We never saw that one.